Good Thursday morning, everybody. Beautiful Thursday morning here in Central Florida. Sunday, 67 degrees. It's going to be another great day. I want to start this message off with a correction. So, Tuesday, I think it was, I was talking about a person who was having difficulty with a power issue, and I had mistakenly said inverter, and I meant transformer, and I greatly appreciate the person that made the comment. I didn't realize. Most of you may know, but if you don't know, a transformer is going to step up or step down power. So that works just like the ones on the poles or on the ground with the power going to your house. And the ones on the poles are going to step down the power from the utility company to your house. They will work the same way in reverse, which is why during hurricane season and the linemen are out there, they're listening for generators. Make sure you turn off your mains. Keep it safe for everybody. An inverter, which is something I was working on, I gave one to my sister-in-law because I didn't need one with my truck because it has some built in. And I also have a powerhouse in there too. I call it a powerhouse. It's basically a giant inverter with a transformer that boosts up a whole lot of power. But anyhow, an inverter is going to invert your power from DC to AC most commonly. And you may have one in your vehicle. You may have one that you bought for your vehicle. You may have one on a solar system, alternate energy stuff like that. I said may. There's newer technology. I don't know all of it. I'm just saying. But I greatly appreciate the comment. Listen, I don't edit these things. I'm a once and done. I don't, I don't claim to be perfect. I'm not. But I really appreciate the comment and the nicety of the comment. So thank you. And, it's Thursday. Tomorrow is school, so probably will not be posting tomorrow. I'm not sure. We'll see. Saturday, the children have a hike with their troop, and then, I'm going to try to finish dismantling a new fence panel I have and filling in all the gaps between the fence panels and get a few other little things taken care of over the weekend. And I might look at another project. I got a call before you dig. I want to move the front gate on the northeast side of the house, and I know there's a gas line over there. I want to make sure I know exactly where it is before I start augering holes. If I'm within a foot of where they say that line is, I'm probably going to hand dig it. I'm not going to take the chance of ripping in the gas line. But anywho, hey, keep on going and keep on moving. When you make a little mistake, don't fret about it. Correct yourself and move on. When you make a big mistake, same thing. Hey, we all fall, we all fail, and it's not something that we should be dwelling on. Learn from your failures, and then it's a learning experience, and it's a worthwhile experience. But if you're stuck in that experience, that's where you're going to end up with problems. So sometimes we need help doing that. We can't do it all by ourselves. And when you go to help somebody, do it in a loving manner. There's absolutely no reason to be nasty or mean or hateful or spiteful. Doesn't do anybody any good, and it doesn't make anyone look bad but you. And I always chuckle at people say, oh, he made me look bad. No, nobody made you look bad. You made yourself look bad. You do a great job. You don't need assistance, just like myself. And two attitudes that I struggle with, and mostly in the work environment with others, is people that refuse to accept responsibility for what they've done, and those that also blame others. Blaming others is a common character flaw that we used to teach at the juvenile justice program I worked at, and there's a lot of people that have it. You keep placing the blame, whether for yourself or your child, then that's a problem you have to deal with. And when people try to tell you and help you, no need to get defensive about it. No need to get defensive about it at all because they love you enough to try to help you. This video is not sponsored. None of them are. But I run better on this. Just saying. There are a lot of situations, and you have to consider where the person's coming from. In some cases, you know, I see it in the church a lot, where people are just not as kind and loving as they could be or should be, and sometimes they have expectations of people that don't believe the same way you and I might. Sometimes person that I care about a lot will ridicule or put down or act surprised about what somebody did, and I said, I'm not surprised, and what do you expect? So if you have no moral compass, you cannot expect the reactions that you might have or that you might appreciate. Yeah, it's time to get to work. And I don't think we should be so harsh on people. So those are my thoughts for this morning. I'm kind of all over the place, aren't I? It's been a week, and it's been a struggle on some stuff, and there are some things that just don't make sense, but it doesn't do any good to dwell on them or drive yourself nuts over them if you can't control them, right? So we had a really busy day yesterday with training. It became a long day, so it was a little more than 12-hour day for me. So I ordered pizza when I got home because I didn't feel like cooking. But if you stay away from those silly apps and go straight to the restaurant itself, it's a lot cheaper. I'm just saying. We fed the whole family on $30. And that's 2 medium pizzas, some wings, and some cheesy bread. And $30 in my mind is a good deal to feed 5 people. Just saying. So, thankful I have the funds to do that, because boy was I tired. We was going to be eating some type of leftover mash or something. And I'm big on leftovers. I don't like them hanging around. I don't want them to go bad. Because when you let food go bad, you might as well just be taking money and throwing it in the garbage can or in the fire. And one saving grace for me is we have chickens, they'll eat a lot of stuff, and we have a dog, he'll eat a lot of stuff. So, when I was grilling out, I dropped a piece of chicken, and Max, that's the name of the dog, he perks up because he knows something good's coming. I tossed him that piece of chicken, you would have thought he was in heaven. But it didn't go to waste. Just saying. Someone ate it. We're good. And I have an automatic waterer for that critter because he drinks a lot of water, and somehow when we were working on the work day, it got broken. It's not a big deal. So I got a new, several days ago, I got a new hose repair kit, and there was plenty of hose there. That was good. Got them going, and then someone in their infinite wisdom the other day turned it off, and it makes me so mad because I'll come home and I hear him whining, and I'm like, what is wrong with that dog? And I go out there and he's got no water, and that makes me so mad because you're torturing that animal because you're an idiot. And I know who did it. They deny it, but I've got it on video in the backyard. I know exactly who did it, and it makes me want to smack him upside the head. So one day I turned their water off to the apartment, and they were all upset. They had no water after like an hour. And I said, well, how do you think that dog feels after a day? Just saying. I don't take too kindly to people that don't care about animals or people. I really don't. Um, but it's aggravating to me because to me that's torture. You know, you go a day without water, see how you feel, or anything to drink at all for that matter. But you can go to the refrigerator, you can go to the sink, you can go to the store. That dog can't. He's inside his run in his kennel. I leave the kennel door open. I almost never close him in. And he's either in his doghouse, in his kennel, or in his run. He's got a quarter of the yard, for crying out loud. But he can't turn the water spigot on. Really upsets me. Because the person doing it has been told multiple times. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set the water where I want it, and I'm going to unscrew the handle. And then, if I do that, they're just going to take a pair of pliers and tear the thing up. I need to get a lockout device, what I need to do, so they can't mess with it. I'd like to, I can't remove it altogether because there are times I need to maintenance the thing, adjust the float and stuff, and clean it out. But I just don't know how to fix somebody that doesn't care about nothing but their little routine and how they walk through life. I'm failing at that. I could use some help with that. If you got any ideas. I've stopped caring about how they do stuff when they do stuff and just appreciating what they do when they help. But that's not helping, that's hurting. Drives me nuts. Anywho, y'all have a great day. Try your best to be positive no matter what comes your way. Do your very, very best to pick yourself up when you fall and move on. Take the learning experience. Don't dwell in self-pity. Don't be hating on yourself. Get up and move on. Make right what you got to make right. Y'all have a great day. Hope you have an awesome weekend. We catch you later.